Welcome. Thanks for joining me today. Our flow is going to be targeting the wall. Our wall is going to be our prop. It's going to be a slower flow, but that doesn't necessarily mean easier. You're going to maybe want to have some blocks handy in case your hamstrings are tight, a strap for later. And we're going to start with a little short meditation. As we come into this flow today, we're going to slow it down and really observe what the poses are doing in our body. Right? So really feeling our body with each of these poses, using our breath, being mindful of what's happening, and allow ourselves just to be in the present moment with each pose. So go ahead and settle into a comfortable seat for our meditation to start. Sit yourself up properly onto your cushion or whatever so that you can relax your hips and knees, and then place your hands on your thighs, either palms down or palms up, and allow your eyes to close. Just allow yourself to be here in the room, on your mat, in your body. Take a nice deep inhale. And sigh it out. We're going to start with just a little mindfulness meditation, just kind of taking in the surroundings without me talking. So it'll start with one sound of the bell. And at the one side of the bell, you're just going to slightly open your eyes, look directly out in front of you, hands resting on your thighs, either palms down or palms up, and just kind of start to take in the surroundings. So the visual surroundings, the things that are coming in auditory, things that are coming in around the temperature and feel of your body. And then I'll bring us out again with another bell. So sitting up tall and allowing yourself to be here. Taking a nice deep inhale here. And sigh it out. And you're going to go ahead and transition onto your back with your hips close to the wall so your legs can go up the wall. If you'd like a little bit of padding underneath your hips, you can use a pillow, a blanket. Easiest way to do that is get right up next to the wall and then slowly lay back as your legs go up. And then allow yourself to get comfortable on your back. So hips don't have to be right next to the wall, but legs are going to be up the wall. Legs can be bent. Find a comfortable position, either arms by your side like cactus, maybe they rest on your belly, maybe they reach out down toward the wall. So whatever's going to be best here. Allow your eyes to close for a moment. Just allow yourself to come into the room, onto your mat, and truly into your body. Take a few moments here to scan over the body, checking in. Acknowledging those areas that might be a little tight or sore today. Any areas that are feeling good and a little bit more light. And then start to set an intention for your practice. What was your purpose for getting to your mat? Having that start to take form in your mind's eye. It can be a word, an image, a phrase. We'll set that intention with one sigh of the breath. Exhale fully. Take a nice full inhale. And let it go. Notice what it feels like to let go. To be here on your back just for a few moments, taking time out of your day for yourself here on your mat. And then start to find your breath. So I said at the beginning, we're going to try and inhale to a count of 4 or 5 and match that to a count of 4 or 5 on the exhales. Right now, while you're on the floor, let your belly expand, let your ribs expand, let everything really expand on those inhales. And then really drawing everything into the center line as you exhale, maybe even pulling up on that pelvic floor on your exhale. So building your breath here. If you feel like you need a little bit more heat, being here in Saudi Arabia, you might not need that. But if you feel like you need a little bit more heat today, you can start to engage that Ujjayi pranayama, that slight narrowing of the back of the throat. Otherwise, just have those breaths be nice and full. Just notice what the breath does each time as you breathe into the body. Notice how it affects the body. Building that mind-body awareness, that mindfulness in our practice. And trying to let go of the woulds, coulds, or shoulds. Just allow those feelings, those sensations to bubble up and acknowledge them and sit with them until your next breath arises. Take a nice deep inhale here. And on your next exhale, you're going to start to make the legs wide. So taking those legs out wide, pressing into the heels, flex through the feet. So a little bit more activeness here. If you need support with the hands, you can have the hands underneath the thighs to give yourself a little bit of support. But try to use the leg energy to keep those legs wide and then pushing away from your heels, away from your hips. Spreading through the toes. Nice full inhales and exhales. And again, noticing what that breath brings as you inhale and exhale. Allowing ourselves to drop in more to the present moment with each exhale. Noticing what it feels like to be calm and present before we start to move. And then exhale fully here. Grabbing behind the knees, slowly start to bend the knees, slide the feet together, bring the soles of the feet together, and then press the pinky edges into the wall. Maybe use those hands as supports coming into Baddha Konasana at the wall. Feeling free to slide the feet down if it feels comfortable. Lengthen the tailbone toward the wall, either using hands as supports or hands by the side. Again, find that energy of the legs by pressing the soles of the feet together. And then finding your breath. Couple more breaths here. Starting to get each time a little bit deeper into our hips with each pose we go into. And then exhale fully here. As you inhale, start to draw the knees toward the chest. And then slide those feet up. So you want to be laying in a chair. So if your knees are more toward your chest than over your hips, you're just going to scoot yourself back until your knees and your hips are in line. You can slide that bolster out if you need to. So you're kind of laying in a chair. And then from here, you're going to take your left leg, slide it up the wall. Take your right ankle, cross it over your left knee. Send that right knee to the wall, flex the right foot, and then start to slide that left foot down the wall until you start to feel that stretch in your right hip. So it's just a gentle stretch, so not our deepest. If you feel like you want a little bit more on the ball of the left foot, press that into the wall to lift the heel off the wall. So you're going to find a little bit of stretch in that left calf. Keep flexing through that right foot. And then see if you can draw that right hip closer to the wall. So lengthen that right side waist. And again, your hand can support by helping it the right leg externally rotate if you'd like, or arms can be on the ground. Couple more breaths here. Exhale fully. As you inhale, if your heel is off the wall, press it onto the wall. Taking your left foot, bring it toward the floor. You might need to move away from the wall a little bit more. And then you're going to drop your left knee toward the left with your right foot on top, coming into a little bit of a twist. Press the ball of the left foot into the wall for a little bit of pressure there, to a little bit of contradiction. And then press your right foot into the floor as you send your right knee toward the wall. So you're going to feel this nice stretch around the outside of your hip, into your hip, maybe even into that right side waist. Take another big inhale here. And exhale. Engage through that core. Inhale brings those knees back up. As you exhale, bring both knees together. Squeeze the knees. Arms like cactus. Draw both knees over to the left. And then slide those feet to the wall. Press the feet into the wall. Draw that right knee down to left knee, finding a twist even more into the mid to upper back. Nice full breaths here. Keep pushing into the wall, squeezing knees. Maybe that left hand even presses down on that right leg. One more full inhale here. And exhale. Engage the core. Inhale, draw those knees back up to center. And then exhale, place the feet on the wall. Adjust the feet as you need to. And then slide that right leg up the wall. Take that left ankle over the right knee. Flex the foot. And then start to slide that right foot down until you start to feel that hip on the left side stretch. Good. Keep flexing the foot. Send that left hip closer to the wall. Lengthen that left side waist. And if you'd like a little deeper stretch, come up onto the ball of the right foot. Get that little calf stretch in there too. Breathing here again, that left hand can help externally rotate. So you're just going to roll that right or that left knee out toward the wall and toward the left. Another big inhale here. And exhale. Placing that left heel on the wall if it's up, and then bring that whole foot to the ground. And then from here, you're going to drop your hips over to the right. Sorry, your foot toward the right, your knee toward the right. Press that left foot into the floor. Press the right ball of your foot into the floor and send that left knee toward the wall. So getting into the outer hip. So legs are active and pressing down and toward the wall. Another big inhale here. Exhale. Engage the core. Inhale draws those knees back up. Draw the knees into the chest. Squeeze the ankles, squeeze the knees. Drop those knees over to the right. And then press those feet into the wall. Press that left knee down. Maybe take the right hand to drop it down. And then roll that left shoulder back. Pressing into the wall, finding a twist. Nice full breaths here. One more full inhale here. And exhale. Engage the core. Inhale, draws those knees back up to center. Exhale, place the feet on the wall just for a moment. Pause there. And then from here, we're going to roll over to our side, press ourselves up to our hands and knees. The wall is going to be toward our feet. So rolling over to your side, pressing yourself up. Your feet are at the wall. You're coming into cat-cow. Pad your knees if you need to. And once you're there, start to do a few rounds of cat-cow. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, rounding. Inhale, long spine, belly drop, shoulders roll back. Exhale, press it around. Just noticing how that breath and how that movement's affecting the spine, how it's affecting maybe the core, the shoulders, the low back. One more round here. And then come to a nice long spine. From here, walk those hands about one hand's length in front. You might need to adjust depending on the length of your legs. Press into those hands, straighten those legs, come into plank. So press those heels into the wall, balls of the feet, press to the floor. Good, and then push back into that wall. Good, power up the legs. Tailbone lengthens down. Press into those hands, draw those thumbs toward one another. And then imagine you want to crumple your mat and draw your hands toward your feet. Good, really engaging the core. We won't be here very long, I promise. Good, one more full inhale. And as you exhale, lift the hips, downward facing dog with those heels on the wall. A couple more times just like that. Inhale, roll forward. Exhale, press back. Inhale, roll forward. Exhale, press back. One more time, inhale, roll forward. And exhale, press back. Good, press down and forward into the hands. Bend the knees slightly, send those sit bones back like you want to almost sit on the wall back behind you. And then press into the heels, engage your glutes, especially your outer hips, like you want to squeeze a ball between your knees. So those outer hips are active. And then send those inner thighs toward the wall. Take another inhale here. Exhale. Inhale, straightens those legs as much as you can. Exhale. Good, as you inhale, go ahead and bend the knees. Shift the weight slightly forward, step those feet away from the wall. And then your feet are about hip distance and parallel. Keep bending into the knees, walk the hands back toward the feet. Good, pausing there. Let yourself dangle. Give your head a little nod, yes. A little shake, no. Releasing any tension in the neck and shoulders, maybe little circles with the neck and head. If it feels good, interlink opposite hands and elbows. Give yourself a little rock from side to side. Maybe testing out those hamstrings, maybe straightening one at a time, seeing how they feel. And again, using that breath to use that movement with your breath, exploring each movement without rushing, without habit. And then when you're ready, exhale, fully release the hands to the floor if they're not there already. Hands to knees or shins. Inhale, lengthen, nice long spine. Legs are nice and straight. Exhale, hold. Lift up through those kneecaps, lift up through the belly, roll the shoulder blades onto the back. Chin lengthens forward. Take another inhale. Exhale. Press into the legs. Inhale, lifts the chest, reach the arms up. And exhale, hands to heart. Doing a little side bend here. Inhale, takes the arms up. Exhale, grab onto that right wrist and lean to the left on your exhale. Pause there, roll that left shoulder under, lift the heart. Exhale, lean a little bit more. Inhale, takes those arms back up. Exhale, grab onto the left wrist. Take an inhale, lift and lengthen. And then exhale, lean it over to the right. Pause there, draw that right shoulder under, draw in through the low belly. And exhale, lean a little bit more. Inhale, takes those arms back up. And exhale, release the hands down. Good, so you have a choice here. You can do regular sun salutations with the wall back behind you. So you would walk forward on your mat. Or if you'd like to do some half sun salutations or use the wall for your sun salutations, you have that as an option as well. I'm gonna go through one at the wall and then one regular, and then we will move into our sequence, all right? So wherever you're gonna be, top of your mat, or you wanna be about arm's length away from the wall for your sun salutation. If your arms aren't as long as your torso, back up just a little bit so you don't hit your head. Good, ground down into those feet, exhale fully. Remind yourself of your intention today. Find your breath. On your next inhale, take the arms up. Exhale, fold, hands to knees or shin. Inhale, lengthen, hands to wall. Exhale, bend the elbows. Inhale, press into the wall, straighten the arms, roll the shoulders back. Exhale, bend the elbows, chest to wall. Inhale, presses back. Exhale, think downward facing dog, step your feet back if you need to at the wall, press hands into the wall, lift those sit bones, and breathing there. Draw up through the low belly, inner and outer thighs press back equally. Trying to line up your ears and your biceps. Pressing into those hands, take one more big inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lifts the heart. Exhale, steps the feet forward. Inhale, long spine, hands to knees. Exhale, fold. Press into those legs. Inhale brings you up. And exhale, hands to heart. Good, so you can do that one again at the wall, or you can go regular. I'm gonna go regular this time. Inhale, takes those arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, long spine. As you exhale, plant the hands, step it back to plank. Your feet are at the wall. Take an inhale. Exhale, lower. Bend those elbows. Inhale, shoulders roll back. Exhale, press it back. Downward facing dog. And again, you have the option. Heels can be up the wall. Maybe heels are on halfway on the wall. Maybe you're pressing those heels back into the floor. So you have options here in your downward dog. Pressing down and forward into the hands. Draw up through the low belly. Lengthen the sideways, lengthen the neck. Full breaths. Exhale fully. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, step the feet forward. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, takes those arms all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart. One more time, your choice. Inhale, brings it up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, plant the hands, step it back, plank. Take an inhale. Exhale, bend the elbows. Inhale, shoulders roll back. Exhale, meeting up, downward facing dog. Hands press down and forward. Drawing the arms or your shoulder blades down and away from your head. Growing space between your ears and your shoulders. Growing space between your armpits and hips. Inner and outer thighs press back. Another big inhale here. Exhale. Inhale, look to your hands. Exhale, step your feet forward. Inhale, long spine. And exhale, fold. Inhale, takes those arms all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart. Good. So from here, you have options. We're gonna, you can always step back into our transitions, or we're going to start from a downward dog, so you have that option. So we're gonna vinyasa to downward dog. If you're not doing downward dog, and stepping forward, you would step back. So what I would mean, if we're in downward dog, so we would vinyasa, we would then step forward and do our positions. If you don't want to do that, you can fold here and you can step back to the wall and then come up into the pose. So you have that option, all right? Have your blocks handy. Step back a little bit on your mat if you're using the wall for your downward dog and your transitions. And then exhale fully again. Remind yourself of your purpose here. Slow it down. Exhale fully. Inhale, take those arms up. Exhale full. Inhale, long spine. If you're exhaling, step back the left foot. If you're doing a vinyasa, step back both feet to plank. Lowering those people that just step back one foot. So you're holding there in that low lunge. Pressing it back, downward facing dog. Holding the lunge if you're there, take an inhale. And as you exhale, right foot's gonna step forward, left foot is back. Good, so pressing your ball of your foot into that wall, sorry, the heel of your foot into the wall. Breathing here in a nice low lunge. And then from here, you're just gonna rotate toward the left. Press that left pinky edge into the wall, press the right pinky edge out and away. Take a big inhale, long spine. Exhale, forward fold. Prasarana Padottanasana. Wide leg forward fold. Lift up through the low belly, pressing outer edge of the feet. Finding your breath. Inhales are going to lift and lengthen the spine out a little bit. As you exhale, you're going to be able to fold deeper. 2 more breaths here. Exhale fully. Inhale, lift and lengthen. As you exhale, turn the right toes out. Keep those left toes at the wall. Bend into that right knee. And then bring your hands to your hips. Coming up to warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2, pressing into the wall. Now as you extend your arms, you might bump into the wall, so you might need to bring your hands out like you're pressing 2 walls away. You can go cactus arms. You can keep hands on your hips. So whatever's going to work best for you. And breathe. Sometimes I like to press into the wall a little bit to kind of bring myself back instead of running forward. I have something to press back into. Exhale here. Good. Scoop that right hip under, press into the feet. Good. Nice full inhale here. Exhale. Inhale, front palm turns up. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Press into the wall behind you. Take that right arm up. Maybe right arm reaches back for that wall. It does not have to touch, but you're reaching back for it. Keep bending into that front knee. Good. Another big inhale. Exhale. Inhale brings you forward. Exhale, straighten the front leg. Good. Coming into Trikonasana. Take an inhale here. Exhale, reaches that right arm forward. Press into that left foot. Hand comes down to the block on the floor. Press down. Roll that right hip under. Open the chest and take the top arm to the ceiling. Good. Trikonasana. Press into those feet. Open the chest. And then can you take that right sideways and bring it closer to your right thigh. Good. Another couple breaths here. Noticing what the breath does in the body. Another full inhale here. Exhale. Inhale, looking down. Exhale, bends into that right knee. Coming into side angle pose. Draw that right hip under. Open the chest. Top arm either reaches straight up or overhead. Find that side stretch. Roll that right shoulder under. Press arm into knee as knee presses back into shoulder, or elbow to thigh, but lift up out of that bottom shoulder. Good, keep pressing into the wall. One more full inhale here. Exhale. Inhale, top arm reaches. Exhale, top hand to your top hip. We're gonna do a little transition here. Hand comes down to the blocker floor. Slide your front foot slightly in. Shift your weight forward, bring your right hand forward, we're coming into half moon, lean forward, lift the heel off the floor, and then you're gonna step your foot to the wall. coming into half moon. Good, so hop that foot up on the wall. Look at your toes. Toes want to point out to the left, and then roll the shoulders back. Good. Block can be as high or as low as you need. Good, maybe that top arm starts to reach, but you're pushing into the wall and lifting up out of the chest. Good, maybe gaze starts to look up. Check in with your breath here. Can you make it deep and full? Notice what happens in the body. Another full inhale here. Exhale. Inhale, top hand to top hip. Exhale, look down, but look back to your back toes. You're gonna rotate the hip down so your toes are gonna point down, both hands to block. So warrior three variation, L pose. Good, press into that back foot, press into the front foot, lengthen the chest out here. Keep pushing into that back leg. Bend it if you need to. Can you lift the chest, hands to heart? So really powering up the back body. Drawing those shoulder blades onto the back. Drawing that left hip down to square the hips toward the front. Good, take a couple more breaths here. We'll use those legs. Good, one more breath. As you exhale, hands to blocks if they're not there already. Put a little bend in your knee as you inhale, and then exhale, you're gonna step your foot back to the wall so your heel's at the wall, at the base of the wall, hips are pointed forward, walk that back foot slightly in, square the hips, folding forward, Parsvottanasana, pyramid pose. So you're pushing into the back heel, so not the back edge like warrior two, but the back heel's pushing back, your front heel's drawing back, and your heart's lengthening forward over a straight front leg. Couple more breaths here. One more full inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lift and lengthen. As you exhale, walk that front foot forward, bend into the knee, come up onto the ball of the back foot and push that heel into the wall. Come into a low lunge. And then we're gonna come into a twist from here. So left hand can come to block or the floor and take that right arm up to the ceiling. Push into the wall to power up that back leg and then press into the floor to open the chest to the right. Nice big inhale. Exhale. One more full inhale here. Exhale fully. Inhale, right hand to the block or floor. Exhale, pause in that low lunge. And then power up through the low belly, maybe slide that right foot back. And then lift the chest, come up into crescent lunge. Good, so pushing into the wall, drop the tailbone, pull that low belly in as you lift the heart. Good, couple more breaths here, using that wall. Nice full inhale. Exhale. Inhale, hands to blocks. Pause there. Hands to floor. So you have a choice now. You have a choice to either step it forward and switch feet, or you can step it back, vinyasa, or straight to downward dog. So you have options wherever you are. If you're stepping forward, take a couple breaths there before stepping back. If you're in downward dog, stay there a couple breaths. Vinyasa, you should meet up in downward facing dog. Everybody exhale fully. This time, left foot's gonna be forward, right foot is back. Right heel's up the wall, left foot is forward. Pause there in that low lunge for a couple breaths. Draw the right hip down, heart forward, draw the shoulders back. Nice full breaths. One more full inhale here. And then as you exhale, you're gonna start to walk your hands toward the right. Drop your right foot against the baseboard, coming into that wide-legged forward fold. Prasarada Padottanasana. Good, lengthen the top of the head down, low belly draws in, press into the outer edges of your feet. Can you get the matching sensations on each sides of your feet, even though one's into the wall? Exhale fully. Inhale, lift and lengthen. As you exhale, turn your left toes out, bend into that knee, press into the right toes, and then bring your hands to your hips. So you get to see my backside this time. Lucky you. Bending into that knee and finding your Virabhadrasana 2. Pressing hands either into the wall and reaching forward. Maybe really pressing, finding some resistance, resisting and pushing into that front foot. Couple more breaths here. Exhale fully. As you inhale, front palm turns up. Keep the bend in the knees. You exhale, reverse your warrior. Keep pressing into the wall. Lean it back. Resist with that right hand into the wall. Keep bending into the front knee. Maybe finding a deeper stretch in that right inner groin. And the left side waist. Exhale fully. Inhale comes back, warrior 2. Exhale, straightens that left leg. As you inhale, extend that left sideways, extend the left arm. Left hand comes down to block your floor. Press down into that bottom hand to take the top arm to the ceiling. Roll that left hip under, engage the right hip, and then press into the baseboard with that right pinky edge. Shoulder blades drawn to the back for the heart to open, but then pull those low belly ribs in. Maybe gaze looks up. Another big inhale here. Exhale. Inhale, looking down. Exhale, bend you into that left knee. So you can keep your hand on the outside, press knee into arm, arm into knee, and then take that top arm overhead. You can always go elbow to thigh, but draw that left hip under, lengthen tailbone to your back heel, and then spin the chest up toward the ceiling. Notice what the breath does in the body. Feel the body with this pose. Exhale fully. Inhale, top arm reaches. Exhale, top hand to top hip, transitioning into that balancing pose at the wall. Slide that front foot back slightly, and then lean forward. Take that right leg, press it into the wall. Coming into Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Look back at the toes, make sure the toes point out to the side, not down, and then power up that leg, open the chest, maybe top arm reaches. Heels are pressing down into the ground or to the wall. Chest is rotating up. Maybe gaze can even go up here. Another big inhale. Excuse me. Exhale. Inhale brings that top hand to your top hip. Exhale, rotate the chest down. Look to your feet and rotate it so your toes rotate down, push into the heel. So you're in that standing split. Maybe you start to lengthen your chest, bend your knees if you need to. Start to lift the hands, come into warrior 3. Maybe hands are at your heart. Maybe they reach back to the wall. Maybe they reach forward. Good, breathe, but press into the legs wherever you are. Use that wall for balance. Couple more breaths. Can you draw that right hip down a little bit more? Exhale fully, hands to blocks or floor. Take an inhale, put a little bend into that front knee, and then exhale, take your right heel, place it at the baseboard, and then slide that front leg slightly back to square the hips, coming into Parsvottanasana. Press into the feet, right hip forward, left hip back, heart comes forward. Shoulder blades draw onto the back, feeling that left hamstring. Heels draw toward one another as much as that right heel is pressing back. Exhale fully. Inhale, lift and lengthen. As you exhale, bend into that front knee, come onto the ball of the back foot so it presses into the wall. Adjust yourself so your knee and ankle can stack, and then your right hand's gonna come to the blocker floor as your left arm reaches. Finding that twist. Good, see if you can get a little bit deeper, really press into the back wall, send that front knee forward as you open the chest toward the left. Good, using that wall as an opposing force here. Take one more full inhale. Hold to exhale. Inhale, circles that hand to the floor. Exhale, pause there. Adjust yourself so you have your balance. Draw in through the low belly, start to lift the chest, lift the arms, come up to that crescent lunge. Tailbone drops, back knee might need to bend for this one, and then open the chest, reach those arms high. Keep bending into the front knee as much as you can to feel that stretch on the front of your right thigh. One more full inhale here. Exhale. Inhale, hands come to blocker floor. Exhale, pause, decide what you need today. Do you need a vinyasa? Do you need to step forward to switch? We're gonna do that again, right side and left side, both sides again. From wherever you are, inhale, hands to floor. Exhale, either step forward or back. Inhale, vinyasa. Exhale, either hold in downward dog or a forward fold. Taking an inhale. If you're vinyasa, meet at the wall in downward dog. If you're folding forward, step your left foot back to the wall. And everybody exhale, step your right foot forward. Good, pressing the ball of the foot into the wall, finding that low lunge. You know where we're going. Feel the pose with your body. Use your breath. Notice any differences this round. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, turn toward the left side of your mat. Coming into that wide leg forward fold, press down into the feet, let the heart fold forward. Maybe press into the hands to lift those hips higher, lengthen the top of the head more forward. Imagine drawing those heels to the back of your mat. Exhale fully. Inhale, lift and lengthen. As you exhale, turn those right toes out, bending into that right knee. Bring your hands to your hips, warrior two. Good. Find your warrior two. Hands can stay at your hips or maybe they reach out, pressing into the wall. A little less instruction here, getting you into the pose, letting you feel the pose, letting you use your breath. Staying with it mindfully. Exhale fully. Reversing that warrior, front palm turns up, lean back toward the ball, but keep reaching that right knee forward, opening up the side waist. Exhale fully. Inhale comes back to warrior two. Exhale, straighten that right leg. And exhale, come into triangle pose. Hand comes down to the shin or the floor or the block. Open the chest, draw that right hip under, press into the feet, open the chest. And then top arm starts to reach. Engage through those legs. Imagine pressing down to lift up. Imagine pressing back to rotate. Big inhale. Exhale. Inhale, looking down. Exhale, bend you into that right knee. Take the top arm overhead, side angle pose. Prasarna Padmasana. Nope. Ardha Konasana. Remembering my names here. Big inhale. Exhale. Inhale, top arm reaches. Exhale, hand to your hip. Looking down as you inhale, shift that front foot back just ever so slightly. Lean forward and then engage the core. Take that left foot to the wall. Half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Press into the legs, press into the wall, open the chest. Find your balance. Use the legs to help you here. Use your breath to find balance. Exhale fully. Inhale, top hand to top hip. Exhale, rotate the chest down, hands to blocks or floor, rotate those toes down, finding that standing splits. Maybe you stay here this round, engaging those legs, or again, engage the back body, find a little variation of warrior three. Use your legs to find the pose, use your breath to hold steady with balance. Taking an inhale. Exhale. Inhale, hands to blocks or floor. As you exhale, put a little bend into that front knee, step that left heel back to the wall. Adjust your feet for Parsvakonasana and fold forward. Right hip back, left hip forward. Shoulder blades draw onto the back. Breathe into the pose. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, bending into that knee, lift the back heel, power up that back leg, and then coming into the twist, left hand to block or floor, right arm reaches, right hip draws back, power up that back leg, and find deeper twist. If it feels comfortable, maybe elbow to thigh, coming into a little deeper twist with your left elbow, right thigh. One more full inhale. Exhale. Inhale, looking down. Exhale, power up that back leg, lift the chest, come up into that crescent lunge. Tailbone drops, low belly draws in, lift through the heart. Another big inhale. Exhale. Inhale, hands to blocks or floor. Exhale, pause, deciding what you need here, maybe even the child's pose between. And then plant the hands, off you go, either step forward or step back, or vinyasa. If you're stepping forward, hold that forward fold for a couple breaths. If you step back, downward dog, hold there a couple breaths. The vinyasa, meet up in downward facing dog. Everybody exhale fully. As you inhale, your left foot will be forward, right foot will be back. Find that low lunge. Pausing there, power up through that back leg. Another full breath here. Exhale. Inhale, rotates you toward the right, bringing the right edge of your foot to the floor. And then find that wide leg forward fold. Take an inhale, exhale, lengthen forward. Top of the head lengthens down, low belly lifts up, engage those legs. Another big inhale here. Exhale. Inhale, lift and lengthen. As you exhale, bend into the knees, turn that left toes out. Power up the back leg, and then hands to your hips, finding warrior two. Pressing into the wall, open up the chest, and maybe arms start to reach. Drawing that left hip under, sending that left knee forward. Exhale fully. Inhale, reverses that warrior. Taking that front palm up, lean into the wall, but keep deepening into the knee bend. Exhale fully. Inhale, comes back, warrior two. Exhale, straighten that left leg. Inhale, lengthens that left sideways, hand comes down to block or floor. Press down, reach that top arm up as you draw that left hip under. Trikonasana. Opening up the chest, shoulder blades onto the back. Exhale fully. Inhale, looking down. Exhale, bends into that left knee. Press left knee into left arm and take that right arm overhead. Pressing into the wall, drawing that left hip under. Konasana. Exhale fully. Inhale, top arm reaches. Exhale, brings that top hand to your hip. Slide that front foot ever so slightly back. And then lean forward, take that right foot to the wall. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Using that block out in front of you, use the chair, use the wall, press into the foot, maybe top arm reaches. Can you draw that left hip under you? Engage the glutes. Use the breath to find your balance. Big inhale here. Hold to exhale. Inhale, circles that top hand to your top hip. Circle the chest toward the floor. Lower and look back, dropping those toes down toward the floor. Push the heel into the wall. Good, coming into a little bit of that either standing splits or lift the chest, coming into that Virabhadrasana 3. Using those legs, using your breath, feel the pose. Feel the strength of those legs. Use the power of your breath. Take another inhale here. As you exhale, hands to blocks or floor. Taking an inhale, put a little bend into that front knee. Exhale, right heel to the wall. Good, right heel to the baseboard, and then straighten that front leg coming into Parsvottanasana, pyramid pose. Straighten both legs and forward fold. Again, using the pose to feel your body. Notice how it feels this round compared to the first round. Exhale fully. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, bends into that knee. Bring your foot to the wall. Wiggle that foot forward slightly. And then find that low lunge. Finding the twist, maybe hand to floor to twist. Or right elbow to left thigh. Finding the deeper twist. Nice full breaths. Good, one more full inhale here. Exhale. Inhale, lifting the chest, coming into that crescent lunge. Drop into the low belly. Maybe take those arms up to the ceiling. Feel the strength of the legs. Use the power of your breath. Last couple breaths before we make it to the floor. Big inhale. And exhale, hands to blocks or floor. Your choice, either last vinyasa, or if you're going to, no, don't step forward this time, you're going to step back, everybody step back, downward facing dog. Meet up in downward dog if you are doing the vinyasa. Exhale fully. Inhale, shifts forward. Exhale, knees down, hips to heels, find child's pose. Find your breath, use anything you need to. If you need to prop your head up on a block or a bolster, find some length in the spine. Notice how the hips are feeling. Connect back with that breath, with that intention for your practice. One more full inhale here. And exhale. Inhale, shift your weight forward. As you exhale, sit on the mat, face the wall. Maybe have your strap handy. You want to press your feet into the wall as you lay back. So onto your back, pressing your feet into the wall. And just take a moment here. Let your toes drop out, relax. Feel the comfort of being back on the floor after all that good work at the wall. And then from here, we're gonna do a little bit of that laying hamstring stretch. So taking your strap, you can either loop the strap around your foot or you can take the strap in each hand, place your strap around the right foot first, and then really push your left foot into the wall like you're standing on it. Drop that right hip down, and then allowing that leg to come closer toward your head, resisting it with the strap to really engage that hamstring. Slowing the breath down. Again, noticing what happens when you slow the breath down and really feel the pose. Sometimes when I'm here, I even like to close my eyes so I can really go in to feel my body. And then keep pushing into the wall. Maybe even take your left hand to your left hip. Hold the strap in just your right hand and take that leg out to the right. As you drop to the right, spin that right heel up to the ceiling, and then bend the elbow, make your elbow a little kickstand, and find a little hammock there for your foot. Pushing into the wall, pushing away from the wall, keeping that left hip down. And then engage the core, put a little bend into that right knee. Inhale, brings the leg back up. As you exhale, take the left hand to the strap. Take your right thumb, press it into your right hip crease, draw the right hip down toward the wall and then down toward the floor. And then take that leg across your body ever so slightly. Keep pushing into the wall. Getting into that outer hip a little bit. Big inhale here. Exhale. Inhale, brings that leg back up to center. Exhale, grab the strap with the right hand again, pressing into the wall, find half happy baby. So like kind of like a lying down on your back, low lunge. And if it's too much to keep holding onto the strap, maybe you hold onto your foot. You want to go a little deeper, but keep pushing into the wall, tailbone lengthens. Exhale fully. Go ahead and release that strap. Extend the right leg down. Press that right foot into the wall, and then draw the left knee into the chest. Strap around the ball of the foot. Take that leg up to the ceiling. Adjust yourself, dropping that left hip down, pushing the right foot into the wall, and then starting to bring that foot back closer toward your head any little bit. Resisting it, feeling that stretch in that hamstring on the left side. Making sure your quadriceps active by pushing the foot into the strap. And then placing that right hand on the right hip, press into the wall with that right foot. Strap is in your left hand, and on your exhale, take that leg out to the left. Draw that left heel up toward the ceiling, and then when you find your ending point, bend the elbow, make it a little kickstand, and let yourself just let that foot be in a little bit of a hammock with the strap in your hand. Exhale fully. Put a little bend into the knee. Inhale, brings that leg all the way back up. Take the right hand to the strap, left thumb in the hip crease, press toward the wall and down toward the floor, and then take that leg across your body to get into the outer hip. Breathing there. Keep pushing into the ball of the foot. For more intense stretch, foot comes closer to your head. For less intense, heel toward your toes, toward the toes at the wall. Maybe start to let go of the Ujjayi breath. Inhale brings that leg back up to center. Exhale brings that right hand to the strap again. And then start to bend that knee, coming into half happy baby. If your foot's close enough, maybe grabbing onto the foot, dropping that knee out to the side, just getting a nice hip stretch while you're still pushing that right foot into the wall. Exhale fully. As you inhale, go and release that strap. Extend that leg out. Press both feet into the wall like you're standing on the wall in Savasana. Arms by your side, palms turned up for a moment. And just feel the strength of your legs. And then slowly bend the knees. Press into those heels, lift your hips, and scooch your way a little bit away from the wall here. And then draw both knees into the chest, give them a little happy baby. Rocking a little bit from side to side. If a twist feels good for you to end, you may go into a little bit of a twist. But whenever you're ready, we'll head into Savasana. Taking those legs, maybe give them a little shake. They got a good work, so give them a little love and shake them out. And then feet to the floor. Extending those legs out. Use any props you need to feel comfortable. Let the toes drop wide. Let the arms come by the side. Palms turn up. Draw those shoulder blades onto the back. We'll do 3 cleansing breaths here to let ourselves truly surrender. Exhale fully. Take a nice full inhale. And let it go. Big inhale here. And let it go. One final time. Inhale, draw it in. Hold on to it for a moment. And let it go. Let yourself surrender here into Savasana. Allowing your whole body and your mind to come into stillness after all that movement. Keeping that mindfulness there, keeping your mind on the rise and fall of your belly, or the sensation of the breath at the tip of your nose. Allowing yourself to take rest, surrender, absorb that energy you created today in this practice. I'll bring us out of Savasana with 3 bells. Take rest. If you're feeling like you could use a few more moments of Savasana, please stay here and let this class play out. If you're ready to end, start to deepen your breath. And on your next breath, bring some movement into the fingers and toes, maybe even making wrist and ankle circles. On your next breath, reach your arms back behind your head, slide your feet together, give yourself a long stretch, maybe point and flex through the feet. And then slowly bend the knees, draw the knees into the chest, giving them one final hug. And when you're ready, using your arm as a pillow, roll over to your favorite side, pausing there. Checking in, acknowledging the shifts from the practice. And then mindfully press into the top hand, extend the top leg. Come all the way back up to seated. Once you've found that seat, allow the eyes to close, allow the hands to come to the heart center. Bring yourself into the room, onto your mat, into your body. Taking a moment here, just listen to your breath, check in with the body, truly acknowledging those shifts and changes that happened in this practice. And bringing that intention back to mind, the purpose of getting to your mat, allowing the strength, the energy, and the breath of this practice help you make that mindful transition off your mat into your day ahead. We'll seal this practice in with one final Om, or a sigh of the breath if you prefer. Exhale fully. Take a nice full inhale. Bowing your head slightly. Taking a moment, think of one thing in your life that you truly are grateful for. And holding on to that image in your mind's eye as you raise your head with a smile. Thank you for joining me, taking time to be mindful, drink lots of water, eat your veggies, wear a sunblock. Namaste.